Zaxby, Bristol, Virginia.
May I introduce to you Calhoun's?
May I introduce to you Smoky Mountain Brewery?
And I'm going to introduce to you to be announced. And I introduce you to Cabela's.
Very good. And we're going to start with a little bit on Cabela's.
Cabela's Incorporated, headquartered in Sydney, Nebraska, is the world's largest direct marketer and a leading specialty retailer of hunting, fishing, camping, and related outdoor merchandise. Since the company's founding in 1961, Cabela's has grown to become one of the most well-known outdoor recreation brands in the world and has long been recognized as the world's foremost outfitter. Through Cabela's well-established direct business and its growing number of destination retail stores, it offers a wide and distinctive selection of high-quality outdoor products at competitive prices while providing superior customer service.
The Copper Cellar family of restaurants, Calhoun's. The original Calhoun's Barbecue Barn opened in October of 1983 in Kingston Pike in Knoxville. It was shortly thereafter that Calhoun's traveled to Cleveland, Ohio, and took home the title Best Ribs in America after winning the 1984 National Rib Cook-Off Contest. Calhoun's has been smoking ever since and currently has 9 locations spread between East and Middle Tennessee, including Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Nashville.
Well, everyone here on the council wanted to make this announcement of the TBA business, but I used my position to take it from them. But it has been our policy all along, and it's still our policy, not to announce any business until we actually have a signed contract. And that contract, the ink has already been made that's going to sign that contract. The pens are ready. Just a few final details that we have to go through to make sure that it's correct. And that should be announced anytime soon. But we're going to nail that contract down pretty soon, and so we'll make that announcement at that time.
The Smoky Mountain Brewery. With over 25 television sets, that's a lot of televisions, the Smoky Mountain Brewery is a natural gathering place for any televised sporting event or just a great place to go and have a meal. The brewery features an outdoor patio and live entertainment nightly. Its twin working grain silos makes it easy to locate the Smoky Mountain Brewery. Smoky Mountain Brewery is one of the largest working microbreweries in East Tennessee. Current locations include Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Maryville. The 10,000 square foot brewery at the Falls will be the largest of any other Smoky Mountain Brewery location.
Zaxby's as an alternative to fast food. Zaxby offers its guests prepared to order chicken fingers, traditional and boneless wings, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers, along with a variety of 9 sauces ranging from wimpy and tongue torch to the nuclear and the insane. Childhood friends Zach McElroy and Tony Townley hatched the Athens, Georgia-based chain in 1990 to provide a fun, relaxing atmosphere that would keep guests coming back for more. The company ranked number 7 in 2012 top 10 excellent fast food chains with 500 or more units, quick track study published by the Sanderson and Associates. The chain also ranked number 5 in the nation for total sales and number 1 in the chicken segment in the 2012 top 150 fast casual chain restaurants, reported by Technominute. In honor of the thousands of children the restaurant chain serves every year, Zaxby's is proud to be a supporter of Make-A-Wish. The company operates more than 570 locations in 13 states, including Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. For more information, you can visit Zaxby's.com, Facebook.com Zaxby's, or follow on Twitter at Zaxby's. It's my honor also now to introduce Toby Strange, who will be the owner of Zaxby's here in Bristol. Toby, if you would come forward, we would like to hear some comments.
Forgive me for my speech today. Sometimes I haven't spoken probably 7 years. I used to be a college football coach, and I would get to speak a lot to those guys. And I still now, that when I'm driving home from baseball practice, give speeches to my 7- and 9-year-old boys. And the other day, I gave them my 9-year-old a speech about how I used to use this one all the time with my players. It's not always about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and get up and keep going, and related to life, about school and ball and stuff. And I looked at Walker and I said, "You understand what I'm talking about?" He looked at me and said, "No, Dad." I gave up at that point. But I've been doing Zaxby's now for 7 years. I've got 2 locations now in Tennessee, and I've been looking up in the Tri-Cities for a long time, probably 4 years now. Virginia is a great state. There's already 3 Zaxby's there now in the state of Virginia. I think 2 in Roanoke and then one's in, I can't remember the town, forgive me for that. But this is going to be a really good opportunity for me and Zaxby's as a whole. There's 570 stores nationwide, 13 states are representative of Zaxby's. But to be in this development with Cabela's and looking in this area, there's 3 stores here already in the Tri-Cities, and all 3 of them have done very well. And I wanted to be here. And it's, the search of looking and finding the right spot can take years because you're investing this time and money into something like this, so you want to make it right. So with enabling us to get into the falls here in Bristol, Virginia, which the city's been great, Interstate's been great, Zaxby's has been great working with me to get into this, and to be there with Cabela's was a no-brainer for me. If you see Cabela's name, it's going to bring a lot more to us, enable us to make hopefully more money, people eat more chicken, and that's why we're in business. Thanks. Great to have us.
Sheetz. Who hasn't seen Sheetz? Who hasn't been on the road and seen these wonderful folks, particularly in the middle of the night when you're so hungry and you're on the road, you want to get home, but you just got to have a bite to eat, and they've got it all. Let me tell you, Sheetz coming to our development is very important. They were founded in 1952 by Bob Sheetz, and they serve as a beacon to weary interstate travelers searching for fuel and food. With more than 400 locations across 6 states, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, and North Carolina, Sheetz employs more than 13,600 people. Sheetz was the first to introduce the convenience restaurant concept, and in 2001 won a Silver Plate Award from the International Food Manufacturers Association. Sheetz brings a lot to the table for this development, not the least of which is that they're a 24/7 operation. Folks love them. They produce food, they produce gasoline and service, and they produce good feelings to travelers all over the country. And with that, we are very fortunate to have, as a representative from Sheetz, their real estate site selector, Anthony Fordato. How'd I do?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. The name is Tony Fodorero. Italian, I can see why you got that wrong. I just want to say thank you to the City Council, the IDA, everyone who showed up this morning. We at Sheets are very excited to be here in Bristol, Virginia. Our closest store is in Whitfield. It's about an hour or so up the road on 81. And when we first got involved in this project with Mike and Ken and the other guys at Interstate, an hour away outside of our territory was a little bit of a stretch for us. And then they started pitching me the project about the falls. You have Cabela's coming in, the to be announced, and Calhoun's, Smoky Mountain, everyone else is going to be involved in this phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. For us, it was really a no-brainer. Ken, you had me at Cabela's. So we're excited to be in Bristol. For us to make that jump an hour away from our current territory wasn't that hard to do with this great retail establishment, and we're excited to get the project started. So thank you very much for having us.
It's certainly worthwhile to mention that of all of these wonderful names that you see up here, 4 of those are new to the Commonwealth of Virginia and to the region. Those are very special. And it points out what we've said all along. That is that this is a development of regional impact. This development is designed to attract folks from significant distances away from our community. Folks who want to come here for total experience, whether it's to purchase something at Cabela's that's going to take them back out into the woods again, or to get a good bite to eat, or all of the above. And this is illustrative of exactly what we have had in mind with this project since day one, and in fact, what the legislature and our legislative piece was designed to accomplish. And so we're well along towards mission accomplished. We are also, I think, way ahead of the game in terms of being able to prove our case. The question was called to me the other day, can this area support 3 major developments such as this? Well, I'm not in a position to make that call, but I can tell you that of all of the developments that have been discussed and mentioned in our area, this is the only one that has signed contracts such as you see here today, that has things underway such as you see here today, and that is just smoking in terms of the leadership and the example of Cabela's on site. These are very real, folks. This is a real development, and we have the proof of it. And this council has worked very, very hard to make sure, as was mentioned by Mr. Odom earlier, that we don't announce anything that we don't have. And so this is the truth. This is the sum of it. And we welcome others that would like to be a part of this development, because as apparently some folks have not really noticed, we have a sales tax advantage in Virginia. And so if folks wish to go and develop on the other side of the line somewhere, they're asking their customers to pay almost twice as much in sales tax. So think about that as we roll forward with this project and what an advantage that represents. I want to thank you all for being here, and we are going to move along with the business of the day. And with that, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we go to number 2 on the agenda. With consider approval of the Falls Phase 1 tenant roster, followed by Assistant City Manager Andrew Tribbett. Mr. Tribbett. Okay, we pass it off to Mr. Cashwell.
All right. We have the approval of the Falls Phase 1 tenant roster. That has been presented to you all, and hopefully we are satisfied with this wonderful roster. And Mayor, it's up to you to call for a vote.
Okay. We need a motion for approval of the Falls Phase 1 tenant roster.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second, Mr. Mayor.
Clerk, call the roll.
Ashley?
Yes.
Brillhart?
Yes.
Harlow?
Yes.
Odom?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
And Mr. Mayor, if I might, I will read the roster again for the benefit of all. And for the record, Cabela's, Smoky Mountain Brewery, Calhoun's, Sheets, Zaxby's, and one as yet unannounced.
The IDA would like to express its appreciation to the City Council and the way we've all worked together on this project, and certainly the City Manager, City Attorney, City Assistant Managers. We're doing item number 3 now, And I want to ask, this is presented by Assistant City Manager Andrew Trivett, and he has asked Mr. Pete Curcio, the city attorney, to read the agreement with Zaxby's.
I won't read the agreement unless
Okay.
you want to be here the remaining.
Present.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. We'll have 3 contracts to approve. The first one is Zaxby's. You probably have noted and reviewed that all 3 of these are very similar in nature. They follow the same pattern. And the Zaxby's contract is the first one for your approval. Essentially, in essence, what you will be doing is the city will be conveying the land, as you know, as a result of the development agreement that we had reached many months ago with Interstate Development. That contract, that land that the city currently owns will be conveyed to the Industrial Development Authority, and then the Industrial Development Authority will be making various conveyances. The first one will be the Zaxby's contract, and you will be conveying 1.113 acres, and that property will be conveyed directly to Zaxby's. So that is what the contract will be approved by the IDA today.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve this agreement as written?
Motion.
Second.
Second. Would you call the roll, Ms. Henderson?
Williams.
Yes.
Fletcher.
Yes.
Esposito.
Yes.
Clifton.
Yes.
Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you. Would you want to talk about the second one?
The Smoky Mountain Brewery
Yes.
is item number 4, Ms. Williams, and again, it is the same type of contract. This also will be a direct conveyance by the city to the IDA, and then by the IDA to Copper Cellar for the Smoky Mountain Brewery. Same pattern. This particular tract of land is 2.11 acres. The tract 7 of the project.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to authorize the execution of this agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, Ms. Henderson, please.
Williams.
Yes.
Fletcher.
Yes.
Esposito.
Yes.
Clifton.
Yes.
Wagner.
Yes.
Item number 5, Mr. Kershaw, would you go over it just a little bit for us, please?
Item number 5 is again a conveyance by the city to the Industrial Development Authority. The Industrial Development Authority will receive the property and then convey it to Copper Cellar for Calhoun's. Same terms as the other 2 contracts. This will be 2.37 acres and will be tract 3 of the development.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to authorize?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Ms. Henderson, would you call the roll, please?
Williams.
Yes.
Fletcher.
Yes.
Esposito.
Yes.
Clifton.
Yes.
Wagner.
Yes.
And Mr. Chair, if I may, just so everyone understands, I think that you do, but the sheets is a different format from the last 3. That would be a conveyance by the city to the IDA. The IDA ultimately will convey that land to Interstate as a part of our development agreement, and that would be a lease between Interstate Development and the sheets.
Okay, thank you. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, if there no other business for the city council, we will adjourn the city council.
No other business for the Industrial Development Authority, then we are adjourned.